Hey everybody, welcome to Body Bags here. This is your sub-host, Matt, from You and Your Horror Movies here. And doing this week's theme is Hammer Week. I went with an oldie and a goodie back from 1959. And we have Peter Cushing and Christopher Lee in The Mummy. Great flick. I love the old stuff. So anyway, the movie starts off back in time, back in Egypt, where you have Princess Anaka, I think that's what her name is. I'm sorry if I destroy names. And you have High Priestess Kaharis fooling around, which they're not supposed to, and they get busted. So the High Priest gets killed, and his punishment is to be mummified and to be her protector in the afterworld. So of course she ends up getting killed, and they set her up in her sarcophagus, and he gets put in a sarcophagus in the wall, and he gets all mummified and killed in front of everybody. It's pretty interesting, pretty cool stuff. So now we go to the time of 1895, and you have a bunch of archaeologists who find the tomb, sorry, and of course are warned by the Egyptians to don't bust in. There is a curse. Anyone who enters the tomb is killed. Of course, they ignore the curse, ignore the warnings. You know, your typical, typical setup, and they blow up the door and they raid the tomb and get all the artifacts. You know, take her body. They bring it to London. Okay. 3 years and down the road now, you have your archaeologists doing their thing, and an Egyptian man who is part of the religion now is based off Canaris here decides to go back to Egypt, find the mummy, who is actually played by Christopher Lee, and take him to Britain. No, take him to England. Sorry. Takes him to England and get revenge on those who desecrated the princess's tomb. So he revives them and sends them on his quest. Of course, certain ones are getting killed. One guy actually sees the mummy and goes nuts. He's in a psych ward, and the mummy breaks through and goes after that gentleman. So pretty much you get down to the final main guy, who is actually Peter Cushing. He plays the son of the main archaeologist that gets offed. So the mummy goes after him. Of course, he fights him, and there is an actress named Yvonne Ferrex. She plays the high priestess in the beginning and his girlfriend, fiance later on in the future. The mummy turns and sees her when she screams and realizes that's her in a reincarnated state and kidnaps her. So pretty much Peter Cushing has to gather everybody and fight the monster. Pretty much sums up that film. And you know the ending. A happy ending. They get the monster. All that stuff. Great film. Out of a 10, I would probably rate this as an 8.5. Just because I love the Hammer films. It was a great little, McDonald's versus Burger King. McDonald's was your Universal. Burger King's now your Hammer. They had a huge war between the two. I, of course, love the Universal films, and of course I love the Hammer films. They were great stories. When my father-in-law knew I had this film, he's like, bring it over right now, we gotta watch it. So of course, it was great. Great time. These are great fun to watch. Great way to kill some time. Hey, without these films, and without the Universal black and whites, because I know a lot of people dislike them, they wouldn't have the movies nowadays. They spawn so many different type of movies, everything. Gotta love some of the old school. I know there's a lot of people who love the old school, and there's a lot of people who dislike it. Me, of course, I love it. But anyway, this is my review for The Mummy from 1959. I guys hope you enjoyed it. Definitely check these out. If you've never seen them before, give them a watch. You'll probably be surprised on how good these are. Alright guys, thank you very much for watching. Subscribe, like down below. Please leave some comments. I hope this review was good for you. Have yourself a one and enjoy the rest of Hammer Week. Later.